Exactly. Where is the building?
Is the building.
It is in Civic Center. It's small. With all the windows. It's the old, if you know it, it's the old Dutton bookstore.
The old Dutton bookstore. The old Dutton bookstore.
About 300 yards.
About 300 yards.
Yes. Right across the street.
Right across the street.
Mike, question.
Mike?
Do we have a question from Mike?
Oh, Michael knows.
Michael?
Yeah. Yes, can you make it clear? Is this being offered as a quid pro quo? In other words,
offered for a quid pro
are they
quo?
saying they want us to leave, and if we leave, they're offering this to get us to leave?
They're saying if we leave, they're offering this to
For
get
us
us
to
to
leave.
leave.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Let me explain, Mike.
Let me explain, Mike.
I have made it clear to them
I have made it clear to them
that although I don't speak for you,
that although I don't speak for you,
I would be very surprised
I would be very surprised
if there were not some people
if there were not some people
who would want to take that offer,
who would want to take that offer,
and some people who would want to stay.
and some people who would want to stay.
They understand that.
They understand that.
So I think the full answer to your question
So I think the full answer to your question
is that if any sizable number of this group
that any sizable number of this group
wants to take that offer,
wants to take that offer,
it will stand, even though some people may remain here and decide to get arrested.
even though some people may remain here and decide to get arrested.
For what? What are they going to get arrested for?
For camping.
Mike,
camping.
check.
Camping.
Check.
Oh, camping.
Can I please ask? Side conversations. Get to a minimum. And everyone is clear. On the questions of clarity. Thank you. Next on stack. Matthew.
Are there any conditions that have been stated so far
To be required of us.
if we're there, if we accept their offer?
If we're there, if we accept their offer.
Yeah, are there conditions and things that we can and cannot do or anything like that?
Are there conditions?
Things that we can and cannot do or anything like that?
Won't be allowed. Music won't be allowed.
Look,
Office space.
Mike check. That's why I want to see the lease. So far, we've made it clear that out of there, we would be organizing protests. And doing what people always do. In a movement office. They haven't asked any other questions. When we see the lease, we'll look at it. And report back.
Next on stack. Captain. How long has this negotiation taking place? And why
Are we just now
hearing about it?
That's a good question.
The first answer to the question is there's been no negotiation.
With negotiations on the table.
The discussion started the day before this encampment started. Sounds good. I'm just telling you what I know. When some of the people who organized this encampment called me, asked me if I could get them permission to encamp on City Hall lawn. I
said,
although it is illegal,
against code,
which is what the laws, which is what illegal means, I will try, I think I can do it.
I would try, I think I can do it.
So I called the chief of police.
So I called the chief of police.
I told the chief of police
I told the chief of police
that starting the next day,
he
would find tents
would find tents
and protesters
and protesters
on City Hall lawn.
on City Hall lawn.
He said, but it's a state park.
But it's a state park.
And the law does not, state law does not allow camping on state parks.
The law does not allow camping on state parks.
I said, there are no signs that say it's a state park.
There are no signs that say it's a state park.
He said, well, we'll put them up tomorrow.
We'll put them up tomorrow.
And I said, that's 24 hours too late.
I said that's 24 hours too late.
And he agreed. He then said, let's agree and not worry about it.
Let's agree and not worry about it.
He said, I hope I'm not going to see 500 tents on City Hall lawn.
We directed back to the president.
That would be my hope, but I'm sure that won't happen. Which he reminds me of every time we talk. That said, since that day, whenever there's a protest, whenever there's a health citation, whenever there's an arrest, whenever some poor mentally ill person has to be taken to the hospital,
Whenever some poor mentally ill person has to be taken to the hospital,
whatever it is, whenever somebody has to be taken to a hospital, I get a call. And we have a discussion. I remind him of the fact that he said he was not going to worry about minor offenses so long as we were peaceful. And so far that has abided. Within, I don't know how long, honestly, within the last 2 weeks, the chief and others have called us and said, would you be willing to sit down and hear what we have to offer by way of changing and moving to phase 2, as he calls it. I said, only if somehow the occupation folks can get some folks to sit down with me, because I don't represent anyone.
They pick their own people.
I thought this was a nationwide movement. I leave it to you to figure out how that process has unfolded. I take no part in it. Some people, therefore, have from time to time have done what I said at the beginning. When asked, said what we thought people might want. All right. In order for anybody to leave.
Or
And I reported to you on what they said.